Great win. Knicks turned this into a bum night.
That they did.
They turned a rival. They turned a team that has some traditional history and also recent history with a lot of animosity and physicality, some injuries, a little bit of everything. Some Jimmy Butler, former Miami Heat, when Karl
Mhm.
Anthony Towns dropped 40 plus on them. That led to some, drama in Golden State. And then Karl Anthony Towns today plays like Jimmy Butler still on that team. He transfers over his response to Draymond Green, and I could have sworn maybe Draymond Green was on Miami tonight, the way that Karl Anthony Towns played against Bam, as Perkins says, out of the bio. Uh, Great. I would say it's a very good win by the team because, it's the first game from a road trip. The Knicks seems like the Knicks haven't been at the Garden for a month. They've only played like one game in the last few weeks at Madison Square Garden. And also
Mhm.
after that slow, lackadaisical, low energy start to the game where, you got down, I think it was what, 12 zip before we scored. And
Yeah.
you started to wonder, uh-oh, is this going to be one of those nights? Is this the team, traveling back to New York on Sunday? Today's Monday, right back at it. Is this some fatigue? Is this the built-in excuse that people like to give these teams when they're coming back home, that first game on a road trip? And sometimes it's difficult, Alex, when you play that first game against a Eric Spoelstra coach team.
Mhm.
But even the great Eric Spoelstra, there's no magic this season for the Miami Heat.
No magic at all, and that's what I like to see, man. I mean, we just handed this man his 8th straight loss to the Miami Heat. That's what I like to see, man. And to the at the hands of the Knicks, it's just that much sweeter. And especially as we've mentioned, man, where it looked like the Knicks were just not going to be in this, but hey, something happened in that second quarter where it started with Towns saying, "I'm not going out like this." And let's talk about Karl Anthony Towns, man, because he had one hell of a second quarter. This man went 10 to 17 tonight from the field, gets 23 points, 7 boards, 3 assists. This guy was just surgical, absolutely surgical to go on a 15-0 run by himself, literally carrying the Knicks from the depths to get this thing back in, into the balance. And you watching him like at this point, man, we know how good he is, but to watch him impose his will when you don't have Jalen Brunson out there, right? It's like, all right, who are we going to go to now? We know it's got to be Cat because he's the second option, right? We know this is not a guy who can necessarily set himself up, but parts of this game, he was setting himself up, especially when he was driving to the basket, or just even understanding that, hey, if my guard is bringing the ball up, let me trail because I could knock down those trailer threes. And he just understands where to attack and what his moment should be. And so for Catman in that second quarter, he just flipped the switch, and that's what you want to see, man. After a letdown game for him, like let's call a spade a spade. He was not happy that they lost to the Golden State Warriors after the stupid comments from Draymond Green. Jimmy was leading that charge of like, oh, he's afraid of me after he just dropped 40 on his head, as you mentioned, down in Miami when he was still a Heat. There was still a little bit of just, like I need to go out there and show people who I am and show that I can command this team and get us to victory. And that's what he did tonight, man. I thought he did exactly that in the second quarter.
And he is one of my two brightest spots tonight. You have to be encouraged if you're a New York Knicks fan because this is back to back, kind of like personal, seems like performances
Mm-hmm.
where, you go against Draymond Green, you're on the road on national television. Many want to see how you're going to respond to the Draymond comments. From the tip off, Draymond is challenging you, trying to take you out of your game, and you stay in the game and you respond with physicality. Draymond Green himself said he doesn't remember the last time he's seen Karl Anthony Towns play kind of with that much like just physicality, that much just poise and determination. And then tonight you're going to go up against Bam Adebayo. Now, forget about the record, ladies and gentlemen. You can forget about records at this point of the season. A lot of times, a team like Miami, who's trying to make the play-in, the one-on-one matchup does still hold weight. And so, although Bam is probably not happy that the Heat don't have a good record and the Knicks are the better team, it doesn't mean that Bam doesn't want to come out tonight and outplay his opponent, even if his team wins or loses. You want to, make that statement. And Bam is known as a tough, gritty player that, tries to take you out of your game as well. He knows a little bit of a dirty player sometimes too.
Absolutely.
So for Cat to come out, have a 15-0 run by himself, and in that 15-0 run, you saw the full versatility of his talent: pull-up threes, transition three, rhythm threes, driving to the basket, dunks. I mean, you saw it all. And then even in his just on-court demeanor, I said maybe Draymond Green has activated Karl Anthony Towns, where you go up against Draymond Green and you're like, wait, if I did that to him, there's nobody else that could really get into, get me out of my game. And that's what I mentioned. Every teammate, whenever the New York Knicks moving forward, whenever they play the Celtics and they're going to throw Drew Holiday at him to throw him off, or Jaylen Brown, if they play the Cavaliers and they're going to throw DeAndre Hunter or Evan Mobley or whatever the case may be, if I'm a Knicks coach, I'm showing Karl Anthony Towns, I'm going to give you the scouting report on the side, but you're going to watch your Draymond Green film. That's all you're going to watch. That's it. Look at how you got to the basket on a 6'7" all-time defensive wing. Look how you played your game. Look how you did not allow him to take you out of the game. Yes, you picked up the third foul, but it was a cheap foul. And look at how you were successful in getting the shots you wanted. If you can do that against Draymond Green, there shouldn't be many other, positional wings that should be able to have success against you. And so Karl Anthony Towns, back-to-back games, and I think if you're a New York Knicks fan, you have to be encouraged by his play, and hopefully he continues it. Doing it in Jalen Brunson's absence should only boost his confidence.
Let's talk about the key stats of tonight, brought to you by DraftKings. And, looking at this game, man, we already know the Knicks won 116-95, but when we start looking down the stats, Knicks barely won the rebounding battle, 41-39. Knicks dominated the assist battle tonight, 30-23. They also dominated they won the steal battle. I'll go that way. 12-9 when it came to the steal battle. Tie when it came to blocks, 6 for 6. Knicks won the turnover battle. They only had 13 to the Heat's 20. And now when it came to shooting, here we go. Knicks shot 50% from the field while the Heat shot 48%. From downtown, Knicks were shooting a whopping 47% while the Heat shot 26%. And then from the free throw line, here we go, JD. Here we go. The Knicks were 100% from the free throw line while the Miami Heat shot 92%. And then when you start looking at the second chance points, Knicks won that battle 21-20. Knicks would barely lose the points in the paint battle, 58-56. Miami Heat had 58 while the Knicks had 56. But overall, I thought these were some good stats for the Knicks tonight. My biggest takeaways are the second chance opportunities, Mitchell Robinson just being that dominant force. That's why they also won the rebounding battle. And the assist, the team was moving the rock, man. That's what you want to see, and that's why it led to this team just really getting out to a good start in that third quarter. What are your biggest takeaways from the stats tonight?
100% from the free throw line, 6 free throws.
Hey,
that was 100%. 100%. So shout out to the team for not missing one free throw there. But I look at the 3-point game, Alex. They're sixth. What is that? They sixth? Yes, they're sixth in the NBA in 3-point efficiency, 37% as a three from the 3-point arc, but they're only 27th in the league in 3-point attempts. They're averaging 34 3-point attempts per game. That's 27th. And how many did they shoot tonight? 34 3-point attempts. So that right there has been one of the interesting dynamics of this team, where they're shooting very well in the top 10, sixth in the NBA, but they're not getting enough 3-point shots to their efficiency. And 16 of 34 is impressive, but as I mentioned, they could have gotten up to 40. And you see it too in rhythm, especially the Karl Anthony Towns threes. You see it, with Deuce. Even Josh Hart got 5. So when the team is going, you want to continue to hit the volume, just because in today's NBA, sometimes that shot can get you an early night in the showers, and you can get some early rest, although not on Tom Thibodeau's team, but you can put up a lot of W's early on, and you make yourself a lot more difficult to defend, even an Eric Spoelstra coach team without Jalen Brunson. He didn't even want to play zone tonight. Notice he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play zone tonight because that ball was moving. 30 assists and 47% from the 3-point arc tonight. So that's my stat of the week.
Underdog Fantasy is the place to play if you're a fan looking to cash in on some of your favorite athletes' performances. Available in over 30 states, including New York, California, and Texas. Just call your shot on higher or lower on 2 or more player stats for your chance to win real money. Use our promo code KFTV for up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. So download the Underdog Fantasy app today and turn every bucket into a W.
Anthony, you're back here on the line. Anthony, what's good, my man? How are you feeling?
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's
How
up,
y'all doing?
man? Good. How
I'm
are you feeling
chilling,
tonight?
JD, Alex. I'm good, brother. Man, way to get back in the win column, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was huge, man. I ain't gonna lie, I made a little nervous out the gate. Looked flat, no energy. I was scared, man.
Real.
I was like, yo, dude, I was like, oh, here we go. One of those lackluster nights.
Yep. It would have been
But
abysmal, man, if we had to deal with that.
dude, oh, come on, bro. Right out the gate. But yo, hats off to Cat, man, waking us up, offensively in that second quarter with that 15-0 run, personal 15-0 run.
Mm-hmm.
That was big time, man. Good contributions, bro. From the guys, 34 bench points, I believe. I think it's around there, 34.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see Mikal playing well consistently. Josh with the bounce back game was huge. Mitch, bro, the activity, the disruptiveness, man. It's just, 100% his best game since he's come back. That's without
For
a
sure.
doubt, right?
For sure.
Yeah, he looked amazing, bro. Second half defense, we were pretty much a blanket. Yeah, we were fantastic, man. Amazing second, third efforts, bro. That's big for us. Look, bro, we're top 3 defense since Mitch come back in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That says a lot, man, to his impact. I got a question for you guys, man. And this is probably not the night for it because the bench was pretty good and campaign played decent, in my opinion. But I want to hear from you guys. When the fans, especially me, I'm an advocate to wanting to see Tyler Kolek. I want to see Tyler Kolek. When the game is in the balance, not when we're up 30. Um, what do you guys think of that?
Whew. Seeing Cole again. I would love to see Cole again.
I just want to hear from other people. I speak with my uncle and my cousins, and we all talk. We go back and forth about it, and I'm one that's just a huge advocate for it, dude. And you know what's so crazy? I was an advocate 2 years ago when Deuce and Quentin was sitting on the bench, and I was like, "Yo, let the guys get in there and play. Let them get it. Let them get in there and make their mistakes, and let them gain their confidence." So I'm kind of like in that same spot with Tyler, and I just want to hear it from you guys, man. What do you think of that?
I would like to see Kolek play. Look, we got a campaign 3 tonight, so we're gonna win once he hits 3. So that was lucky.
For sure.
Well,
Dude, I'm sorry, Alex, but that nutty a 3-point attempt from the corner that side of the backboard is driving me nuts.
Hey, that's the campaign experience, man. That's the campaign experience. But look, I would like to see Cole just because I would like to see, even though Deuce has been doing a solid job being a playmaker
Mhm.
and initiating, I would like to see Kolek too. Before the season started, I thought he was going to get some minutes in December, but
For sure.
this is just the Tom Thibodeau thing, man. Like I said, I would like to see Kolek get minutes. I can't say that he is deserving of minutes because we haven't really seen him play that much, and
Right.
I haven't really kept up with the Westchester Knicks in a minute to see how he's performing down there. But if Tibbs isn't playing him, and I mean, you could have so many opportunities to choose him over campaign.
For sure.
That it's got to be a testament to Kolek's lack of defense if he's not playing. But JD, what do you think, man?
Yeah, JD, where's your head at with that?
Um, I think now is probably the time to start going that route. You have
Mhm.
about 15 games left, and then you look at this 3-game stretch. If anything was like tonight, you're gonna have a few blowout victories, or you hope that's the way it goes in these next couple games.
Right.
Charlotte, San Antonio, Washington. Um, I get what you're saying, Anthony. Like even a game like tonight where it's like 5 minutes left, it's like
Yeah.
6 minutes left, and the team is up 28 or something,
Right.
and the coach still has the starters. Because you know how it goes when they play the bench guys and there's 2 minutes left, you're gonna get like what, maybe 1.5 possession of a real, because when it gets
Right,
under a minute, everybody's just jogging. Nobody's really running a play. So you'll see
bro.
that he came out for the last 2 minutes, but in a 2.5 minutes blowout, they really only play like 1 or 2 possessions, and then the last under a minute,
He
they're just
dribbled
like
it out.
jogging. So you don't really learn anything. So yeah, I would like to get them out a little bit early, but this has been the conversation with Tiz for years, man. At this point,
Mhm.
it's just not.
Mhm.
It's one of those things. Deuce had to go through it. Everyone, had to go through it. Even Emmanuel quickly with Alfred Payton had to go through it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's one of those things where this is probably going to be a next year thing, and with
Mhm.
the way that the CBA is, they better. I tell you what, they better try to
No
develop one of
doubt.
these guys because they're not
No
going to have
doubt.
they're not going to have a choice.
Yo, and before I go, man, I know we got a lot of other callers, but bro, I just love Tyler's game. Like you saw even tonight when he came in and we got that motion offense and he comes off that pick and he gets into the lane and he has that passing gift. You saw it. He fed, I think it was Daddy, I think it was for that little jump hook. And it was just, I don't know. I just think Tyler has the feel for the game. I think the more reps he gets and the more the game slows down for him, he's just going to be able to just pick people apart and we'll get better shots from the perimeter because of his ability to see the floor and get into the lane. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
we'll see, man. I feel you got what you guys are saying. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for the call. And we'll be talking in the future, man. Let's go. Let's go Knicks, man. On to San Antonio and let's get a win.